Hello guys, in this video we will be continuing our discussion about the Carl Wilson solo ventures. We will be talking about Carl Wilson's second and last solo album called Youngblood, and that's a hypnotic cover, so I will try not to hold it up there for the entirety of this video because it might actually arrive to inside your dreams later tonight. So I try not to spook you too much with it, even though Carl looks really great, but the eyes are kind of very hypnotic. Carl Wilson's first solo album was the self-titled one that you can see behind me. I reviewed that in my previous video, and in a nutshell, that album is an alright album. It's not offensively bad, but the songwriting is very bland, the production is very bland. There are a few gems on it, but outside of, if you're not a hardcore Beach Boys fan, you don't find much of enjoyment in it, which is a shame because Carl Wilson, for a lot of Beach Boys fans, he's their favorite member, and he for certainly is one of my favorite members of the group as well. Extremely talented. Sorry, my dog is going crazy once again. But this time not with a bone, he actually has a toy. Out of all the members of the Beach Boys, you'd really expect Carl to be the one to have the most outstanding solo career. He just had that charisma and great voice, great talent on guitar, and a really good songwriter. But it just didn't really materialize, and I think a lot of that had to do with the songwriter, co-writer that he chose. And I'm not trying to blame Myrna Smith over here, who Carl used as a co-writer on these albums, but I just think that maybe that collaboration just didn't click in the way that Carl clicked with Jeffrey Cushing Murray or Jack Riley or the other Beach Boys. But let's now just dive straight into the album. The album Youngblood was released in 1982. It follows the same style as did the self-titled debut, even though the production this time is handled by Jeff Baxter. The self-titled was produced by James Bidham Garcio. So I think the production, by the way, on this one is a little bit better. It's very similar, but there's more rockers on this one, and the guitars are really roaring, and the rockers rock on this album. On this one it was kind of half-baked, and the ballads work really well on the self-titled, but over here the sort of almost like hard rocking songs, they really rock, so I really dig that. The songwriting is very similar. Most of the tracks are written, once again, with Myrna Smith. I wish that Carl would have chosen another collaborator, because he sort of doubles down on this one, and it's kind of a shame because, yeah, this ended up being his last solo album. Anyway, back cover, very classy, dig it, extremely beautiful. I love how they both sort of just go together. I just wish that the music was better. And there's nothing offensively bad on this album either. It's all very solid. Carl's vocals are great, but I would actually say that I do prefer Youngblood over the debut, because the song material is a little bit more stronger. The album opens up with What More Can I Say, which is a Carl Wilson and Myrna Smith tune. A great rocker, extremely catchy, cool guitars, great performance all around, lovely song. Second track, She's Mine, once again a great rocker, soaring guitars, Carl Wilson, Myrna Smith original. Really, really, really dig it. Amazing tune, one of my favorites on the album. Giving You Up, another Carl Wilson and Myrna Smith. Also, by the way, Cherry Schilling does have a credit on this one too. A strong track. Really, really nice. I dig it. It's very catchy. It's just kind of weird because it sort of steals the intro of Heaven from the previous album. When it starts, it just sounds exactly like Heaven, but it's not. Then it goes to different places. So right from the get-go, you sort of get the feeling that, okay, this is going to be a stronger album, but it's kind of deceiving because it doesn't continue that way Fourth track is One More Night Alone, which sounds like a Phil Collins tune, but it's actually written by Billy Hinchy, and it's an alright ballad. It's an alright tune, but not very memorable. Side 1 then ends off with Rockin' All Over the World, which is of course a John Fogerty tune. This is a strange cover because it's nice. It's groovy, it's nice, it's a good tune, but I don't think it's not one of John's better compositions. It's kind of very bare bones, very basic. It's alright, you know. I enjoy it for what it is, but it's kind of bland. But you know, it works. It's an alright tune. I can listen to it. I can dig it. Side 2 then starts off with the all-time classic, the best song on the album. It's a no-brainer. What You Do to Me. Oh man, like this song, it's so bouncy, it's so groovy, it's so freaking catchy, it's amazing. But the downside of it is that it's not a cover, it's an original. I always thought that it was an original tune. I didn't know that it was a cover. And I don't usually mind if a song is a cover, you know. If the artist does it his own, if he makes it his own, it's alright. But I was so curious because for all these years, I thought it was a Carl Wilson tune. So I was kind of surprised to learn that it was a cover. It's actually written by John and Joanna Hall. And it sort of sounds like Daryl Hall and John Oates, but it's not Hall and Oates, it's a completely different artist. And I went back and listened to the original track, and oh man, I was surprised. The original song is the exact same song. It's the exact same arrangement. It's like note by note, the syncopation, everything. It's just exactly the same as is Carl's version. And oh man, I was disappointed because, well, all the respect for John and Joanna Hall. It's a great freaking tune. Classic song. Their original version is amazing. And Carl over here just does it's basically just a copy of that. And I still enjoy the track, but I was so disappointed when I learned it because I always just assumed that it was a Carl Wilson song, but oh man, it's not. But a great song anyway. It's the best song on the album, no question about it. Youngblood by Jerry Lieber and Stoller, by the way. Well, sounds like a Lieber and Stoller song, kind of run, how do you say it? Run of the mill, sort of a Lieber and Stoller track. Alright version, you know, it's an alright tune. Of the Times, not very memorable. Seriously, I cannot remember this tune. Okay, too early to tell. It's the last great song on the album. It's a hard rocking tune. I really love the soaring guitars. It's a very sort of 80s hard rock-esque song. It's very short, just 2 minutes and 47 seconds, but it's an original tune and it rocks very hard, kicks ass. I love it. One of the highlights of the album. Then the last 2 tracks on side 2, If I Could Talk to Love, which is an original tune, and also Time, which is also an original tune. It is not the same song or the same title, you know, as is in Pacific Ocean Blue by Dennis Wilson. Time. This Time by Carl Wilson is just pales in comparison to Dennis Wilson's Time, which is a masterpiece. They are so unmemorable that I cannot really... Well, you know, the performances are great, but the compositions are so bland. And what I mean when I say that they are bland is just that I haven't, you know, checked the chords or anything like that, but they just are not very catchy tunes. They are sort of your run-of-the-mill basic pop rock tunes. There's the intro, there's the verse, there's the chorus, there's the verse. There's not even many bridges or middle eights, at least not memorable ones on these tunes. And the outros just there's nothing out of left field. It's your very basic, typical early 80s pop rock. Sort of very bland production, and the songwriting, the lyrics, everything. It's just sort of your basic stuff, and it's very disappointing to hear Carl doing that sort of music when, like, if you are a Beach Boys fan, you know Carl of Long Promised Road, Feel Flows, and you know, that sort of songs. Amazing tunes with great psychedelic poetic lyrics and interesting production choices and instrumentation. And even his 80s stuff within the Beach Boys music is just so much better than his solo stuff, which is strange. Especially if you consider the story that he didn't like the sort of the artistic way that the Beach Boys were doing stuff. And then he goes solo and he puts out this sort of music. It's very weird to me, it just doesn't make sense. But like I said in the previous, when I reviewed this one, I think if you'd handpick the strongest songs of this one, and you'd compile one album, you'd actually have like a four-star album. But as they are sort of like 2 out of 5 maybe. 2 stars out of 5, both of them really. I like this one a little bit better because over here we have a few more tunes that I dig more than on this one. Even though Heaven is probably the single greatest Carl Wilson solo track. But Too Early to Tell, What You Do to Me, Giving You Up, She's Mine, what more can I say? These tunes are all great, so I slightly prefer this one. What do you guys think about Youngblood? Let me know in the comment section, let's continue there. Thanks for watching, see you soon again on the next video, take care, bye bye.